Well, of course, sample prep is always a problem when you're dealing with that kind of stuff. There's also issues with we're learning some new techniques. Like one of the advantages for me for moving to Europe is that in the United States, when I first started working on the ionic liquids, everybody said you should go back to chiral, and you kind of get typecast a little bit. And so this gives me an opportunity. I've been wanting to do some LC mass spec, tackling some of that stuff, and so this is giving me an opportunity to do that. The other thing, and I talked about this earlier in the seminar that I presented, is that the things that you work on early in your career, they have a way of coming back around again. And so one of my first jobs was working in an environmental lab and working with the Cincinnati Waterworks. I know that endocrine disruptors are a class of compounds that people are concerned about, and also in terms of obesity epidemics. And so, bringing all that back around again and going back and looking at that with more scientific maturity and sophistication than I was able to bring to it when early on in my career. So that's what I'm looking at, and looking at these new challenges. One of the things that we've also gone back to now is looking at heparin, because we did that in CE, and then we did a lot of stuff with it, with chiroptical detection and stuff like that. And one of the things that's come home to me is how difficult it is to characterize these materials. So we're trying to put together a team, an international team, to go looking at that and using it as a model system for coming up with structure-activity relationships for polysaccharides, because that's the last frontier. We know proteins, people know how to do DNA and RNA. Carbohydrates are still a huge challenge, and so I think there's some things we can bring to that table that I'm looking forward to. It's part of the reason why I'm in the States right now, is to put part of that team together. So.